Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including more leaks from Tesla's Robotaxi event, Cybertruck getting auto park, Tesla semi-production ramping, and more. So let's get into it, and a special thanks to Drift for sponsoring this video. First up today, Tesla is in the process of rolling out more features to their cars via software update. While many customers are still waiting on features like Amazon Music, Actually Smart Summon, and more, Tesla is about to add a feature that will alert you if you leave a child behind in your car. The UI has a car seat animation within it, and you can apparently add these smart child seats to enable this feature. Within the navigation turn list, it will now include icons for road dangers like police, accidents, speed traps, and more, showing you those things when you start your drive. Then Tesla has added a hands-free frunk feature. This works on the new Model S, X, Model 3, and Cybertruck, and release notes say, open your frunk even when your hands are full. Stand still in front of your frunk with phone key unobstructed, listen for the chimes, and the frunk opens on its own. To enable this feature, go to your vehicle settings, locks, hands-free frunk. For most Teslas, this will be helpful to walk up with your hands full and open the front trunk automatically, but then you still have to manually pull the hood open. For the Cybertruck, however, this makes the most sense since it features an automatic front trunk. That's something I think all Teslas should get in the future. There are customizations for this feature as well, where you can exclude home to avoid accidental openings. Tesla recently added this feature to these cars with the trunk, so it's cool to see it arrive on the front trunk as well. The reason this is not available on quote legacy vehicles is because this feature requires ultra-wideband, which requires the latest hardware. As for the Cybertruck, Vision Auto Park is officially rolling out, adding the second smart driving feature to the Cybertruck after Vision Park Assist. Still to come is Actually Smart Summon and of course any form of autopilot or self-driving. As always, it's great to see Tesla constantly updating their cars and bringing customers many great features throughout ownership. This auto frunk feature, however, does show that at a certain point, there are hardware limitations as naturally occur when products age. Tesla does a great job keeping older vehicles up to date with the latest software features, but there is a cutoff of certain features at a certain point. Next up today, the latest for Tesla's next big unveil, the Robotaxi. On October 10th, Tesla plans to unveil the dedicated Robotaxi vehicle that will likely shape the entire future of the company. They have made a lot of progress on the self-driving side of things lately, so they are eager to show the world what their next big plan is here. While they had originally planned to make an affordable EV, and they still plan to do that in some form, their focus has somewhat shifted over to the Robotaxi project. If you think about a world where they do achieve this, it really does change the face of transportation. However, it seems that many are still at least expecting somewhat of a Cybertruck-like timeline here. That was 4 years between unveil and release, but still many doubt that the Robotaxi is even possible. In any case, last week I reported about the fact that Tesla is hard at work collecting tons of data at Warner Brothers. They have cars with equipment, cars with Robotaxi camera positions on them, and a total of 30 to 40 Model 3s and Ys constantly circling the lot each night. They also have someone mapping out with a LiDAR backpack, and they could be doing more at this point. A cool car deserves a cool scent, but actually finding the right air freshener can be a tough task. There are so many bad air fresheners out there that shopping for a new scent can be daunting. That's where today's sponsor, Drift, comes in. Drift fits seamlessly into the Tesla design in the right way. Their air fresheners offer real scents without harsh chemicals. They use natural, essential, fragrance-free oils and sustainable materials to create their great-smelling and great-looking air fresheners. Their clip attaches easily to the sun visor with the scent block magnetically snapping into place, providing a great scent for your car. Here I'm using Apple Orchard, which smells exactly as it sounds. Drift also offers a great subscription package designed to keep your car smelling fresh all year. To start, you get your first scent delivered to you alongside a mounting clip for inside your car. From there, Drift will send you their special Scent of the Month, which includes seasonally inspired limited edition scents. On top of that, they are super affordable with products ranging from $9 to $15. To check out Drift for yourself, scan the QR code on screen or use code RYAN to get 55% off your first month at drift.co. In any case, Tesla is not only testing with these vehicles at Warner Brothers ahead of the unveil that's supposed to happen there, but around the LA area, and sightings of them are increasing. Here we can see the LiDAR-covered Model 3 test vehicle, complete with those altered Robotaxi camera positions. Of course, we've yet to truly see the Robotaxi unveiled, but when looking at the camera housing tacked onto the rear window of this Model 3, it seems pretty obvious that that's what it's for. Here's an image around back clearly showing those extra cameras, along with a clear engineering vehicle label. According to this Reddit user, they've seen 2 engineering vehicles running this exact same route in the past week, and I personally wouldn't be surprised if they are doing far more than this. Based on the information we have, they could specifically have been headed to Warner Brothers for regular mapping, testing, and validation ahead of this unveil. Based on all the work that Tesla is doing at the Warner Brothers lot, speculation is running that they may be planning to give robotaxi test rides to attendees, have all of their other cars driving autonomously as well, and even have Tesla bots roaming the lot. The on-foot LiDAR backpack mapping could be related to that, or at least some hope. Another engineering car with these robotaxi validation camera positions was spotted on the 405 near LAX, and while Tesla is likely collecting data in many different locations, I wouldn't be surprised if this car is simply headed from Tesla's design studio in Hawthorne to Warner Brothers in Burbank for what could be daily evening testing. One route to get there is the 405. The interesting thing is that these cars are likely all over the place, especially in this area, but only a handful of people know what to look for and happen to catch them at the right time. In any case, ahead of its unveil, Adam Jonas predicted that Tesla may indeed give robotaxi rides at the event. It's possible, though, that they may need to have a backup driver, since, quote, the company does have a permit to test autonomous vehicles with a driver. Tesla could, however, be ready to receive that approval much closer to the event, or receive some sort of special approval, since it's within the confines of private property at Warner Brothers. At the same time, though, many are expecting Tesla to show off something beyond this car. First could be the Tesla bot roaming the lot, but then we could see Tesla fully demonstrate wireless charging capabilities. At the end of the day, for the robotaxi to actually deliver what Tesla wants, it needs a way to charge without a human having to plug it in. In the past, Tesla has shown off a crazy solution like a robotic armed charger, but that clearly isn't their plan here. Instead, they have dropped many hints over the years about wireless charging. This would entail driving your car, or the robotaxi driving itself, over a wireless charging pad. Similar to what we're used to with wireless phone charging these days, but on a much larger scale. The Cybertruck, Tesla's latest vehicle, actually has connectors to be used for wireless charging in the future via retrofit. On top of that, Tesla purchased and sold a wireless charging company in 2023. They shared a render of what this would look like at their investor day when talking about future charging technology, and then Tesla's chief designer, Franz von Holzhausen, told Jay Leno, quote, "We are working on inductive charging. You don't even need to plug anything in at that point. You just drive over the pad in your garage and you start charging." So this has already been expected, but this week, new patents submitted by Tesla have been unveiled. These include shorting switch to reduce ground leakage current in inductive charging, temperature sensors and applications in wireless charging circuit topology and related methods of manufacturing, and parameter estimation for wireless charging. The patents include a number of illustrations as to what this will look like and clearly demonstrate exactly what we expect. Efficiency is the main issue with inductive EV charging, so it will be interesting to see what Tesla is able to deliver here. For many, this sounds like a dream at home, but it will likely come with quite a high install cost and a loss in charging efficiency. With that said, it will likely solve the robotaxi's charging issues altogether, and this could very well be a sign that Tesla will demonstrate this on October 10th. At the very least, we're expecting Tesla to uncover the robotaxi's design. Beyond that, based on the extensive data collection Tesla is doing right now at Warner Brothers and these patents, we could see them provide autonomous rides in a fleet of robotaxis, have Optimus assisting in tasks around the lot, show off wireless charging, and more. Technically, we're seeing leaks of what Tesla is doing ahead of their event with these vehicle sightings. These are the same cars that they're hard at work with inside of Warner Bros., where the event is going to take place, but most likely we won't actually see any of this at the event. The goal will be to present the clean robotaxi design and show the public what it could be, no matter if that can deliver next year or in 5. The event is still a month away and we'll likely hear more as the event nears, so I'll be sure to keep you posted. The other thing to keep in mind is that when speculation and rumor is running wild like this ahead of a Tesla event, it can set people up for a big surprise, only to be a little bit let down when Tesla still is unveiling a very exciting product. Next up today, when it comes to the Cybertruck, there is a big question at hand regarding full self-driving and related features. Ultimately, when your Tesla drives itself for you, the steering wheel obviously turns itself. That is because the steering wheel is physically connected to the wheels. In the case of the Cybertruck, however, which is just beginning to receive any full self-driving features, it uses steer-by-wire. The steering wheel is only attached to the wheels by wires and is controlling them instead of physically moving them. So in theory, these two needn't be linked. In the case of self-driving or auto park, as demonstrated here, the Cybertruck's steering wheel, in its current form, or its yoke, moves with the wheels. That's because Tesla is putting this system in the same as their other vehicles. However, in response to this video, Elon Musk said, "We should change that so the yoke is stationary, as it is not mechanically coupled to the wheels. Same goes for when it is on autopilot." That seems very cool at first glance. The car would drive itself and the wheel would stay stationary. It's somewhat of an even cooler vision of the future with self-driving. However, it raises a lot of questions. The main concern is one that Holmar's blog replied, saying, "That would be really cool, but then how does it reset to the correct position if you intervene?" With FSD in its current form, you need to be ready to intervene, so when that occurs, the angle of the steering wheel would immediately not match the angle of your wheels. So as it is right now, it seems this feature wouldn't make a lot of sense. Picture the Cybertruck taking an autonomous right turn. It's doing something you need to take over for, and then the wheel is straight. It's confusing and then would need to somewhat reset after you've finished that maneuver. In theory as well, if the car was already at full lock, with the wheel stationary, you wouldn't be able to then turn it to the opposite full lock until some sort of reset occurs. In a future where zero interventions are necessary, this feature seems like it would happen, clearly showing the driver that the car is entirely driving itself. But for now, it doesn't seem like something that Tesla would ever ship on a Tesla due to its practicality. What are your thoughts though? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. Next up today, a product that Tesla has been working on, iterating on, and slowly releasing is the Tesla Semi. The Tesla Semi has the potential to revolutionize another industry, but of course it was announced in 2017 and first production occurred in late 2022. Since then, it has been very limited in its production and limited in the companies that are using it. Apparently, PepsiCo has a few dozen Tesla Semis, and they make up the bulk of Tesla's current operational fleet outside of their own usage. However, we've recently seen other companies like Cisco, Walmart, and even Costco utilizing the Tesla Semi. Walmart has talked about ordering Tesla Semis, but Costco has not, so we're unclear on exactly what we're seeing here. For Walmart, they reportedly have 130 units pre-ordered, so they could be starting to take delivery of their Tesla Semis for operations, or maybe Tesla is offering companies the opportunity to test the Semi in operations. That would be a good way for a company like Costco to give this zero-emissions truck a try, see what infrastructure is like, how much they could actually save, and get actual feedback from their own drivers before taking the plunge on ordering. With that said though, it seems Tesla is making progress on semi-production. At Tesla's semi-pilot plant, we're surprisingly seeing dozens of new semis. Tesla is hard at work building a new factory next to the current plant, and they plan to produce semis from there next year. But for now, they seem to be ramping production at the existing pilot plant. At this point, most of the semi program involves a lot of speculation. 26 brand new semis fresh off the assembly line seems like production could be ramping, or it could be the next fleet of semis that Tesla produced in order to continue expanding operations. We never know as much about the Tesla Semi since it's not something that average customers are purchasing. We'll see if this production rate continues growing out of this plant, or if they just made another batch for now for various usage. Internal usage is the most obvious use case for the Semi, but this also gives Tesla more opportunities to demonstrate its effectiveness to customers ahead of true production at the new dedicated factory. Maybe this will help them stack up even more orders. Last up today, some updates from other automakers. Over at Rivian, they just started rolling out a huge software update that improves both Gen 1 and Gen 2 Rivian vehicles. If you're unfamiliar, Rivian just refreshed the R1S and R1T with some small but noticeable changes. They improved a few customer complaints, and then did a lot with the engineering to bring down cost and improve overall efficiency. In any case, with software version 2024.31, you can now customize the color theme of the Rivian accent lights with many more options. Each theme also has corresponding audio if you want it turned on. For Gen 2 models, there is a new launch mode designed for the tri-motor R1T and R1S. It's specifically, quote, designed for use on a closed circuit track with dry road conditions. As far as features across all cars, traffic data and map color coding has improved. There are 3 fan speeds for auto climate. Cabin temperature for pet mode has been lowered to 63 and is controllable from the app or display. Battery performance is improved in high temperatures. You can use your phone's hotspot for internet while not in park. The GearGuard app is more reliable, defrosters are more efficient, and more. For Rivian owners, this update is great to see, and it's very interesting to already see Rivian delivering certain features to Gen 2 vehicles that aren't available on older ones. Either way, we talk all the time about how great Tesla software updates are, and Rivian is one of the automakers also taking this approach seriously. Many legacy automakers talk about their cars having the ability to get over-the-air updates, but Rivian and Tesla truly deliver regular updates with great new features. Over at Volvo, they recently announced that they are scaling back their pledge to be 100% EV by 2030. This is a pattern we have seen from almost every single automaker that makes gasoline vehicles, but Volvo said they would phase out, quote, any car in its global portfolio with an internal combustion engine, including hybrids. Their former chief executive also said at the time, there is no long-term future for cars with an internal combustion engine. Instead of investing in a shrinking business, we choose to invest in the future. However, Volvo is now changing those plans. They now plan for 90 to 100% of their global sales to be electrified. So not only is there a 10% buffer, but they simply need to be electrified, which will include plug-in hybrids. Still, they expect 50 to 60% of their sales to be electrified by 2025, and they have launched 5 all-electric models, including the EX40, EC40, EX30, and EX90. Now, a new EX60 SUV is slated to arrive in 2026 on a new platform called SPA3. This platform will be what takes them into the future, and they say that this strategy is game-changing since they can continuously develop and build cars of all sizes with it. It's a new superset tech stack with all modules and functions in a single tech and software base, so it should help streamline a lot of things ahead of them launching the ES90 sedan among other future EVs. While Volvo has scaled back their EV plans, they are introducing a number of different compelling EVs, and I'm excited to see them come to market. I particularly have my eye on what should be the affordable EX30. Over at Hyundai, they have unveiled new E-Value trims of the Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, and Kona EV over in Korea. These cheaper EVs use the same battery as standard models, but start around $22,500 with incentives, which is a pretty incredible price. Hyundai said, quote, "We have prepared a practical trim that will expand the range of choices and lower the barrier to purchasing an electric vehicle." Even without incentives, the starting price for the Ioniq 5 there is $35,200, delivering about a 229-mile range. Coming up in the US, Hyundai's $7.6 billion Meta Plant America will be opening, with 2025 Ioniq 5s rolling off the assembly line. These will add more range, have a new face, and include Tesla's NACS port standard. For now, they expect Hyundai to keep trims in the US relatively the same, with the addition of the XRT, but this US factory should help these cars fully qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit. After that, we could see these trims Hyundai now sells in Korea make their way over to the US, which would be great for the affordable EV market. Over at Subaru, sales of the Solterra are up, with August being its best month ever. Sales are up 55% year over year. However, sales are still quite low. In August of 2023, Subaru sold 915 Solterras, and this year they sold 1,417 in August. This comes alongside the Solterra being the most discounted car, so it makes sense that sales grew in that month. This car will be interesting to see grow since it's so heavily based on the Toyota BZ4X. Either way, we can see that even in very small numbers, customers are buying the EVs that automakers release. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see what the future looks like for Tesla's Optimus robot project, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. And another thanks to Drift for sponsoring this video. Get 55% off your first month with code RYAN, making it just over $4 to get started.